Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 53 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Ramen accidentally. Hope you guys are doing well and having a bang-up smashing time, whatever the case may be, day or night. We're going to get it in, guys. Have some fun with pillars. So, I think we were exploring Copperlane, yep. And we're going to check out more of it. Intellect effects, area of effect, and duration of abilities, and the will defense. We'll also be using conversations. Alright, let's go, son. Alright, we're going to talk to this scrivener.
Your brother. Did you and he get along?
We got along how brothers do. He used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning. I used to fill his boots with stinging ants.
My own brothers and sisters are doing very well for themselves, back in Takoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny. I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
Grimdad's especially cranky today, and that's saying something.
Sure.
I shall be quiet. Which
Alright.
is not very quiet.
Takes a smooth tongue to solve problems, doesn't it? Another scrivener. The library has an entire section devoted to ancient Glomfoth and geometry. Historian. A godlike historian. You see a small crowd gathering near the entrance to a temple. This man stands against the wall, the crowd forming a semicircle around him. He speaks with a calm, measured tone, his soothing voice carrying over the sounds of the surrounding city. He speaks of the world, history, the gods, and religion. He speaks of cooking, brewing, child-raising, and old wives' tales. There does not seem to be a subject he lacks at least a passing knowledge in. People ask him questions, and he answers them in turn, sometimes being detailed and in-depth, other times only giving a general answer. Regardless of what is said, all of his answers seem to hit to the heart of what was asked, each person satisfied with what they learned. People come and go from the crowd, its size growing and shrinking but never completely dissipating. Hours pass and he never seems to tire, sharing his knowledge with anyone who would benefit from it. As the light of day wanes, the group finally growing small enough that he draws everything to a close. As he gathers his belongings and prepares to leave, a man approaches him, asking why he does this. He asks for no money, no food. What benefit is gained from his actions? He looks at the man gathering his thoughts, then simply tells him, "Knowledge brings wisdom. That is my faith." Beautiful. And then we've got Oleg Shimanovsky. You see a dark room, its contents in disarray. The blinds are pulled against the light and the sounds of shouting and running can be heard outside. This man moves through a house, throwing items into a bag. He wraps up some food, collects some clothes, and searches through a chest for various odds and ends that resemble magical components. He stops at a bookshelf and quickly scans the spines, running his fingers along them to help keep his place. He sighs, sliding his finger across the spines again, mumbling to himself. Finally, he chooses a couple of titles and takes them from the shelf, adding them to the assortment of items he's already gathered. A small group of squirrels and birds watch him as he passes through the rooms, moving almost as a single entity. They are trying to stay near him, but also seem to know to stay out of his way. He's obviously in a hurry, but he maintains a deliberate demeanor about everything he does. The outer door bursts open with an explosive sound, causing the animals to scatter, terrified. The man turns, bringing a hand up, holding a book in his other, whispering something that barely can be heard. Ice crystals begin to form at the tips of his fingers, crackling against the heat of the room. He sees the man standing in the doorway and immediately drops his head, the ice vanishing as quickly as it appeared. The man in the doorway gestures, telling him to hurry, and points toward the horizon somewhere outside. The man in the house dismisses him with a wave, saying he's almost done here and will be coming soon. He scans the dwelling one more time, searching for something he might have missed. Satisfied, he leaves, not even bothering to close the door. Outside, he can see people, all prepared as he is, traveling away from town, away from the rising plumes of smoke on the horizon. That is pretty interesting.
I'm on the trail.
And we've got a building here. Wow, Copperlane is enormous, son. We can go to Brackenbury. First fires. We have business everywhere. Wow. And here we have Scrivener's dormitory. Pernicious house. Did we finish up with Pernish? Marketplace. Let's go talk to Pernish. Oh, so did you get in the dagger? What? No, of course not. Gordy's a nice kid, but March steel is expensive. He'd probably cut his fingers off anyway. Let's see if we finish with Pernish. I think we did, but... I guess we did finish. He's not here. Alright. There he is, Pernish. Hello again. I can't thank you enough. I have my Conra back, and with her beside me, I'll be in the mend in no time. He smiles. Is there anything I can get you? With that discount like I promised. Let me see what you have. House Domino. Svef is down to 68. 15% attack speed, 0.5 move speed. It's very tempting for 68 apiece only. It's certainly something. But we're gonna pass on this Svef for now. And
You must have seen some amazing sights.
Sure. Pirate cities floating in the archipelago. The mountain halls of these northern dwarves. Plenty.
I haven't been further south than the Deerwood myself. Maybe I'll come back after I've convinced the Ranganui and see all those things for myself.
I hope you do.
Let's go check Lundala's house and all that goody stuff. The Scrivener dormitory we can check out. I hope all the districts are this huge, man. Something to see around every nook and cranny.
Slow and silent.
Spilled tea, empty ink pots, and one detailed sketch of a fire-breathing old dwarf are all that remain of a long study session. 36 golden shellings, scroll of fan of flames. We'll move through here quietly. There's corn. Scroll of prayer against restraint. Wow. The sturdy bunks are topped with thin blankets and even thinner mattresses.
Consider it done. Give me a real challenge.
3 snow caps. I thought Kana had snow caps. Sagani has snow caps. We'll take them. Probably what they make Svef out of, no? We'll talk to Corin in a second. Scrivener. The sturdy bunks. Oh. You must be here for Corin. I don't know how Corin's hidden his little racket from Oh, excuse me. Someone's been sneaking naughty picture books from Old Bailey into the dorm. I won't say who. A rancid stench rises from the basin. The dishes at the top pile are flecked with morsels of meat and cheese. Those at the bottom are coated in a slimy fuzz. An oil, 3 vegetables, not really worth it.
Hey.
I guess a dare cannot be seen down here. Take the veg. We just need better stealth action. Let's go talk to Corn. Corn sounds like a name from Baldur's Gate 1.
How do you do?
By walls faceless, eyeless, by wow's faceless. By wow's eyeless face, you are one short ogre. But why are you green, and how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? Let me guess, you smoked a lot of white leaf, or did you get your hands on some snowcap? He claps his hands and laughs. Snowcap, snowcap. So a few people know snowcap, much less ogres. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scrivener? He nods. Yes, I am a scrivener. I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like sweet pie. Or perhaps it was sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh, I'm also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Tell me about the dormitory. It's where the scriveners who work at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries sleep. I'm a scrivener. He sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. Show me what you have for sale. Goldratt True, Black Sun, Adminis Wort, Bear the Spell, so he's got some good stuff for show. I don't know what I'd buy particularly right now with 4,400. We really have to look and see what we need. I think we need Pilgrim's Crown. All of those we can use, I'm sure. But that about does it for that. Scrivener's Library, there was no way up. No second floor.
Nice and quiet.
2 lockpicks. Grab those and go this way. Maybe talk to the Justicar. Have you been to the Goose and Fox yet? Best inn in the city. Alright, this is Lumdala's house, whoever Lumdala is.
Let's see what lies this way.
This painting depicts the famous scene from The Light of Dawn in which the traveler and the ghost happen upon a starving man. We read that play, actually, didn't we? Yeah, earlier episode. Sugar. A tin of fine powdery sugar used for sweetening dishes or providing a jolt of energy in a pinch. Air Glanfoth Part 2, Conflict and Unexpected Alliance, and 27 Silver Fennings. Very, very nice. Have a peek up here, nothing. Unlocking this will require the proper key. Lumdala's key, I suppose. Let's see. I guess that does it for Copper. Oh, the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. We haven't been there. But I'm actually going to Expedition Hall. We can't do anything there. Catacombs. There is stuff there. First Fires. Hall of Revealed Mysteries. We can go to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries soon, but I want to go to the world map and head into Brackenbury. 12 minutes. Okay. What did that tip say, actually? Level of difficulty influences what creatures and how many appear in combat. Only Path of the Damned and high-level content scaling, optionally set in the White March, change the statistics of the creatures that appear. Interesting. Now, what did I want to do? Oh, Stronghold. Nothing new to report. Finished in 2 hours, the Western Barbican. Very nice. Just a car. Joining the Crucible Knights is a high honor.
Keeping an eye out.
And here we've got Raymont Manor, the Charred Barrel. We'll go to the Charred Barrel. This looks like a small area. And it's all mapped out for us already. Still quite a few points of interest. Looks like that could be Audra. Thirstwin. Noble. The Charred Barrel is the finest inn in the city if you're looking for lodging. Nanton. What was it about Nanton again? Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you. It's good to see you well. We had a few rough days here, but then we found this place, and they were kind enough to hire us both. Things have been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done. Right, Ingrid and Nanton. Okay. Despite what you may have heard, nothing unusual goes on at the sanitarium. I'm afraid there isn't room for any new stalls at the Copperlane market. We're very lucky to have Dunreed Row based in Brackenbury. Makes the district feel safer. Hannah Orikos. You see a woman clad in expensive finery. Her eyes flash as she interrogates a trembling wreck on the ground. Reaching into his pocket, her hand curls around an address and she smiles grimly. Moments later, she's in a bedraggled alleyway, her pace quickening. Her braids trail around a corner and she is upon them, or perhaps they are upon her. The action does not last as she easily dispenses of man after man, searching their faces. Clothes shouts for something she fails to find. Frustrated, she moves on, but not quickly enough. As an Orlin attacks her from behind, the seal upon his finger glittering with malice. The woman's eyes alight upon it as she twists to evade his blow, and her eyes burn bright. Perhaps this was not a wasted trip after all. Interesting. Victar. You see a large group of people gathered in the common area of a large inn. This man is standing in the midst of the people, engaged in conversation with someone. He is smiling and talking gregariously, moving from person to person with ease. He's able to extract himself from one conversation and insert himself into another without a break in his stride. He kisses the hand of a well-dressed woman, dipping her, then twirling her back into the arms of her escort. He moves on to another group, slapping someone on the back while laughing at a joke, and then he's off again, sliding between people, hugging someone. Shaking hands. He never stops. Finally, he seems to have hit his limit and he excuses himself from the gathering, much to the dismay of everyone there. He smiles and waves as he leaves, making a little bow with a flourish of the hand as he closes the door. Once he's away from the inn and around a corner, he pulls several objects from a concealed pocket in his jacket. He looks at each one in turn, a necklace, a brooch, a couple of coin pouches, and a small jewel. Smiling, he pours the money into his palm and quickly counts it, still aimlessly wandering the streets. He passes a beggar who holds out a bowl to him, pleading for a pittance. The man stops, smiles at the beggar, and drops all the coins into his bowl. Then he walks off whistling happily. Oh my gosh, that guy's pretty cool. Victor.
I'll take a peek.
Let's see what we've got here. A table, understudy. Table with a milk on it. Freshly milked from a dairy cow, refreshing and healthy. Maybe make something with it. Excuse me. Understudy. Let's go talk to Thirstwind. The young elf is dressed in gaudy robes that he seems ready to cast off. He picks at a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks up at you. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. I told Cyril I wouldn't let her sell it. If that's what you hear about, then save yourself the trouble. He puffs up his chest but glances at the exit. I'm not after you, but maybe I can help. He pulls it at a shining button. That's a relief, but I don't see how. Cyril's a courtesan over at the Salty Mast in Andra's Gift. We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense, fill him up with liquor, and send him her way. They have a good time, and Cyril takes her fee and a little extra. He rubs his fingers together. 100 coppers here, a trinket there. It's a bounty for us, and these lords and ladies never notice anything missing. That's dishonest. He narrows his eyes. It's surviving. He points a finger with one ruby ring, catches the light. If those nobles have more wealth than they can hang on to, why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty, until a week ago. He squeezes his lips into a tight frown. She takes a necklace off of some noble. It's an Anguithan medallion, damn near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I could afford. He tugs at the gold chain around his neck, and even if I wanted to, I can't go home without it. Sagani's brow furrows in pity. That's a hard thing. Tell me more about your situation. He picks at the hem of his sleeve. What do you want to know? What makes this medallion so important to you? I grew up in Glonfoth with the Shattering Spear clan. We Glonfothans have protected Anguithan ruins for thousands of years. It's the one duty the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please. He fidgets with an emerald ring on his pinky. But treasure hunters looted the ruins in our territory and left the wilds we dwelled in for generations. And we left the wilds we've dwelled in for generations. Most of my clanmates scattered to towns around the Deerwood and probably live on crusts of bread. He looks at his embroidered robes with disgust. Restoring this medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The Shattering Spear could go home. This is all rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favor and so return home? It rather reminds me of a story I heard somewhere, says Kana. Tell me about Cyril. She's a courtesan at the Salty Mast over in Andra's Gift. She wasn't born to much, but she's done what she has to in order to escape that. He gazes at a string of amber beads around his wrist. She's a good friend. He folds his arms in trailing wrinkled sleeves. Without her, I'd probably be living hand to mouth like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me. It's about the 40 people in my clan and the way of life we've held on to for generations. You seem like you've done well enough for yourself. He clenches his heavily adorned hands. It was this or scrape by in the gutters like the rest of my clan. But I'd give it all for that medallion. I offered to, but it's worth more than anything I've got, and Cyril knows it. I still don't understand why you can't take your money and return to Glonfoth. He sighs, arching his neatly plucked eyebrows. Of course I could, but that's not the point. A community isn't a place, it's a connection to history and meaning. He makes circles with his wrist. Like an anchor, defending the ruins for the gods gave us a purpose. Without that, we're adrift. Does this make any sense to you? Yes. He smiles and nods slowly. Then you know what it's like. how to care for something you can't explain. That's all I wanted to ask. So, will you help me get the medallion? I'll see about getting the medallion from Cyril. You'll find her at the Salty Mast. The only way anyone sees her these days is by paying, so you'll have to go through Maya. He fidgets with his sleeve. But whatever you do, please don't hurt her. Alright, we've got a quest. Let's come back here. Let's go talk to Ingrid. Abelheart Scarian. It's hard work, but good wages. Can't complain.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
We're getting all sorts of quests. Very cool. We have a cook. The oven smells of roast game hen and baking bread. Probably some veggies or something. Yeah, some fruit. Please don't track dirt into my kitchen. The patrons here are particular. Abelheart Scarian.
Hail and well met.
The man is dressed in neat but functional clothes. His sun-wrinkled skin and limber musculature reflect the life spent in the wilderness. Well met. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Is this your place? It's my retirement. He dumps the bar. Used to be a warehouse back when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but it fell out of use when the area became mostly residential. I inherited it from some great uncle who'd never had any luck pawning it off on my cousins. Now it's the most popular spot in Brackenbury. The nobles come to unwind, and kith from other districts come to mingle. He leans closer. We get a few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, their coin's as good as anyone else's. Who are you? I was a cartographer for the Duke for decades. 1 second, guys. He rubs his neatly stubbled cheek. Crossed the White March half a dozen times and mapped most of the ruins of Thane Bog. He grins, flashing a gold tooth. A good career, but one suited to younger men. When I came back to Defiance Bay for good, Cleaver and a few other friends in the Knights helped me get the rights to refurbish this place. There's strong ale, quality entertainment, and a fresh sea breeze. He raises a mug. What more could a man want? Show me your menu. Dragon meat dish for 4,900. Oh my gosh. What does that do? While tough, gamey, and notoriously hard to cook, dragon meat makes for a rich, fatty meal that is said to transfer the beast's strength and power to those that consume it. 45 max endurance, 3 might, 3 resolve. Wow. Oops. X'd out the wrong one.
Welcome.
Duke's own beetloaf, which is always nice. Different stuff. Camping supplies. We could even hire a level 4 adventurer. We could retrain peeps if we wanted to. Party management, okay. Very good. That's all we really want to do right there, but there's still different stuff. How long have we been playing? Not long, right? 28 minutes. Come down here.
Nice and quiet.
Dang bandits. Black Song. +3 perception, +25 defense against ground attacks, -2 dex. Best Black Song crash. The proprietor has collected a respectable variety of bottles from around the world, from tart Adira reds to sweet summer wines of Rawatai. See what these bandits are on about. Grain. I'll be back to deal with you. Pale yellow and deep amber whiskeys from the Deerwood and the Living Lands rest side by side. Flasks of the infamous Soul Burn of the Deadfire Archipelago are nestled next to crystal clear Nazataki and Glamfellan spirits. Alright, so let's line up and see what they wanted to do here. It's usually pretty quiet down here. That's when the boss likes about it. Even with Dunreed Road down the street, people don't ask too many questions here. For Brackenbury, this place is pretty low-key. Just having a little chat with my associates. So actually nothing we can do about the bandits. Alright. Go check the understudy before we head upstairs. And though it may splinter my soul, I will not. Damn, what's the line? The scripts and props belong to a production of The Most Unfortunate Tale of Favia and Bernat. And there's no coming up here. Well, there is coming up here, but nothing to really pick out. Alright, so let's come down here and head upstairs, son. Let's go, son. Sure to be some goodies up here.
I'll take a peek.
Pirates in Merwith. Captain takes us ashore. Leave with the rest of us. I loved seeing the looks on those noble faces when we show up. Nothing like a good port while at port. Merwith watches you through kohl-rimmed eyes. She puts her hand on the hilt of her blade, jangling the jewels that hang from her wrist. We don't know each other, stranger. Best we keep it that way. What brings you to the charred barrel? Merwith raises an eyebrow. What's it look like? Good wine and a little peace and quiet. She flips a copper coin with her thumb. And Scarion doesn't ask too many questions. You don't seem like a Brackenbury local. I'm a sailor. She gives you a half smile. And a liberator of certain goods. Merwith casually fingers the large earring. And the nice thing about the snobs here is that they're usually too polite to ask more. I'll be going.
Let's see what lies this way.
The map charts routes through the White Marsh. White March. An Ixomatil water jug fashioned from white clay. Wow, 33 golden dukes. True stories from the living lands. Nice. And a spirit shield potion. Perfect. I knew we'd find something up here. Guys, I think I'm going to end this a little bit early. Because, reasons of real life variety. But, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Much more to come. House Dominel has dark reputation, but they're perfectly good neighbors. The sooner Lord Raymont commits his crazy daughter to the sanitarium, the better. We'll pick this up next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to this homie next time, this guy, see what's what. But
I'll take a look.
yeah, if you guys want to be a huge help, you can become a member on my channel. Details in the description of this video, plus links to my Patreon and all that good stuff. So hope to see you guys next time. Sorry for cutting it short, but it has to be that way for right now. I'll be back and better than ever next time. So until then, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. Don't go anywhere, guys. Much more pillars to come. And a bit of Brackenbury to boot. See you guys then. Ciao for now.